Hey there, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith. After a month of extremes in March, we're about to head into what is normally a more spring-like month consistently in the month of April. I want to take a look at some of the long-range trends and also talk about what happened in March. Temperatures about 1 degree above normal throughout the month, so not off the charts, but definitely a little above average in March. We saw an inch more of rainfall than what we would normally see. And it's interesting, we had a freeze right around the 20th, and then we were back into the mid 80s by the 26th of March. So we saw quite the extremes, and that's normal in March to see the temperatures kind of being all over the place, a wide range of temperatures as air masses are coming and going. This time of the year you get a front, and a lot of times there's real cold air behind it, but it modifies quickly because of the high sun angle and the longer days. So what are we in store for as we head into the month here of April? And what's interesting here is that we may actually get a little bit of cooler weather. In fact, it could be a good bit cooler than normal between April 7th and April 11th. So today's April Fool's Day, April the 1st, and that brings us into next week. And the 7th next week is Monday, and we're showing below normal temperatures through the 11th. Now, we're not seeing any freezing temperatures, but at the same time, it looks like it's going to be a lot cooler than average as we start to look at next week, and specifically that time period. It's going to be really warm this week. Temperatures about 5 or 10 degrees above normal, but next week looks chilly, which could be kind of interesting. And as far as rainfall, near average. We just got absolutely soaked yesterday and Sunday. So we're good. We don't need any rain, and it looks like an average amount of rain. We should get a pretty good soaking Sunday, but it's not going to be off the charts with the flooding, it doesn't appear. And then longer than that, so what does it look like beyond next week? And this is going to be really from the middle of the week next week through the 15th, so halfway through the month. And again, it looks like a little bit of a trough in the east, and so that's going to have our temperatures cooler than normal through the 15th. So we continue to look at some chilly air at times. So we're talking about chilly air for April means highs in the upper 60s and lows in the 40s, that kind of thing, generally speaking. What about rain and storms? Well, we don't see as much rain. It should be kind of dry through the 15th. So the second full week in April may be a little bit drier once we get past that Sunday front. Looking ahead here, we don't see anything really going on through Friday. An onshore flow creating rip currents at the beaches. And we'll continue on into Saturday, where we may see a few isolated showers Saturday. We've got a little chance of rain, but the main area of rain is going to come in on Sunday. There's that Saturday chance, mainly over the western side of the area through the 4 o'clock hour on Saturday, with a little bit of daytime heating mixed in. And then Sunday, here comes our next front and potential strong storm maker. That brings a front in the area Sunday morning through Sunday afternoon, and our rain chance is 80% on Sunday. I think we'll see some activity on Sunday, a little too far out to get locked in on any severe potential. So we mentioned that it's going to be cooler next week, and that shows up in the outlook. This week we're just humming along with temperatures that are well above normal, with highs in the low 80s through Saturday. Pretty good shot at rain Sunday and some storms, 80%. And then behind that, how cool will it be? Well, we're talking highs in the 60s and lows as cool as 45 on Monday night. And next week we continue to see some 40s and lower 50s at night for our lows. So I'm not expecting a late season freeze. However, we are looking at the potential of some cooler air, reminding us that maybe it's still a little early to put the garden in. It's not out of the ordinary to see a little bit of patchy frost the first week or two in April, especially in our inland locations up into Washington, Clark, Monroe, Conecuh counties. You get further to the north away from the coast, so we can still get some chilly nights. But don't expect any kind of deep freeze either, just a cooler pattern next week. Thought it was interesting to check all that out, and thank you for joining us here on Next Weather Today.